morning, everybody. My name is Nate Morris, and I'd like to welcome you back to another video. Today, we're making our first trip to Atlanta Motorsports Park for their Moonshine Series for legend cars and bandoleros. I'm excited for today. We've had a little bit of a break since we last raced at Caraway, and so I'm excited to be back in the car and excited to do a little bit of road racing. The last time I was on a road course was at Dominion, and we had our ups and downs, but overall had a really solid week. Today, we are off to a great start. Right off the bat in practice, I was 8th quickest out of 30 cars, and I backed that up in the second practice with being 9th fastest, and I picked up a whole bunch of time. By the end of practice, I was around a second off of the top time, which on a road course is pretty dang close. I'm feeling very good with where we're at right now, considering this is a racetrack I've never seen before in my life, and this is a different discipline of racing from what I normally do. We've got a 2-lap qualifying session coming up, and my goal is to be able to pick up a little bit of time to put myself solidly in the top 10. So I'm going to try to go out with some cars that are quicker than me and just try to copy what they do. Like I said, we're in a good spot right now, but I just need to continue learning and getting better, and hopefully I can find just a little bit more time and we can go out here and be highly competitive today. Thank y'all for clicking on today's video. I hope y'all enjoy it, and let's get into it. That was a great qualifying session for us. I was able to pick up over a half a second. I qualified with a 1:07 flat, which means I'm starting 5th for race 1. We've got 2 features today. The lineups are set by qualifying for race 1, and then the lineup for race 2 is set by the finishing order from race 1. So I want to try to keep the track position I've got, try to bring home a solid finish for race 1, and that would help us have a great starting position for race 2. first race. I had a lot of fun. I had the speed to stay with those guys and potentially be a little bit quicker than some of them, but I just had to learn how the track races, so I wasn't quite as aggressive as I needed to be on the start to hold position. I slipped back to 6th place and ran there for most of the race. I was making a pass for 5th at one point going into turn 1, and I downshifted one too many gears and locked up the rear tires and slid into the guy I was trying to pass. I didn't feel good about it, so I let him have the spot back, and I was going to try to go up there and take it back again. I slipped back to 7th briefly, but I was able to get that right back in pretty much the next corner. And then the 34 and the 48 cars started getting into it up in front of us a little bit, and so I was waiting for that to cause issues and hopefully be able to pick up a spot there, which it did. The 48 got crossed up in the grass and then just had a couple issues trying to get back in the groove, and I was able to get past him. And so I was able to bring the car home where I started in 5th place. I'm super happy with that. That was a great result for us, and going into race 2, I will be starting 5th. So same position I just started in. So I know what I need to do better now. I need to be a little bit more aggressive on the starts, try to hold that track position. The goal is to finish in the top 5 again, but I think that if I can be aggressive and put my car in the right spots, I think there's a serious chance we could walk out of here with a top 3 finish.
Quite considerably better than the Bandoleros.
Doolin already.
Look at that, 4th place all the way to the inside.
That is Nate Morris in the 25 making his move up to 3rd. Looks like Harbison's going to hold it, though.
And he sticks to his line, keeps his speed up. Oh,
and he cooks it through
way too much.
the sand. Man, he's running shine.
Oh, look at that.
He's running shine, my boy.
He keeps it underway. I think in Forza that might be off track.
Yeah.
Well, dang it. I had a great start to that race. I was able to get up to fourth fairly quickly, and by the time we got through turn 1, I was in third, and we were having a great battle for that third spot. Unfortunately, going into that downhill section, I just pushed it a little bit too hard, locked up the left front tire, and slid way off into the gravel. Luckily, I was able to keep it going and merge back on in 7th, but I lost a ton of track position. At that point, I knew I just had to get back into rhythm and work my way back forward to try to get another top 5 finish. But it turned out that the racetrack had a 5:30 curfew, and so we only got to complete 3 laps. So I'm definitely frustrated with myself on that because once I made the mistake, I just didn't have the time to work my way back forward, and I was in third when I made the mistake. So if I just make it through that corner, all I have to do is hold on for a lap and a half, 2 laps, and we get a podium finish. So yeah, I'm definitely leaving that race a little bit frustrated, but overall we had a great weekend. To be in the top 10 every time we were on the track was great. To be top 5 in qualifying in the first race was awesome. And then to be in the third position at one point in race 2 was just great. I'm super happy with how this weekend's gone. I'm really enjoying road course racing right now. It's a lot of fun. And I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.